boys and girls, again here with Keith.
We're back.
And always giving us good advice. Thanks, Keith, for that.
Pleasure. Nice to be back again, Andre. It was like yesterday we were here.
This is your home. People please come and visit Keith here.
I'm not at work every day, so...
Yeah, but when he's here, he's there to give advice and a pool of knowledge about offshore fishing, especially in the Western Cape, but all over, international, everywhere. Keith's been pretty much everywhere.
Most places.
Yeah.
And Robben Island plenty.
So that's our topic today. You got me there. How long were you in jail there? Okay,
before they closed.
All right, yeah, that's the topic today, is Robben Island. And Keith, I want to ask you, last time we spoke about Straits Bar Cape, and we covered pretty much the spinning side and the jigging. And Robben Island, similar fishing?
Similar fishing, Andre. You have this, a yellowtail is a yellowtail.
Yeah.
I think there's certain times in certain places where you do change the methods. But yes, we spoke about the spinning, we spoke about the vertical jigging, and then of course the other method which is also very effective, and for the guys that on sort of a fay with casting, the next best is just put a couple of lures behind the boat, troll them, and it's as effective. So we basically go to, from a point of view of our rods, anything from a 5'6" to a sort of 6.5 foot trolling rod. For the guys that know the old pen type reels, the Shimano Speedmasters, the Daiwa SL50 SHs,
50 type, 40 type reel.
50, 40 type reel, preferably monofilament, anything to sort of a 15, 18 kilo line, doesn't matter, any line of any choice, but that's the sort of rod that I'd recommend. Other than that, for the guys that want to go a little bit shorter, maybe something sort of 5'6", that application, and they'll do the trick. Something that's not too heavy, something that's got a little bit of a tip action, gives the lure a bit of a better swimming motion.
This is the Assassin Leviathan. I know people are going to ask in the comments, and this is the Pen Squadron 2.
Yes.
Okay, and they more or less in the same price class,
Same
300
price
rand
class, yes.
difference, yeah.
And that, in a nutshell, is more than sufficient for the trolling. And then, as we discussed the reels earlier, anything from the Daiwa SL50s, the old rock and surf reels, to your more lever drag, more expensive, they'll all be more than sufficient.
Tell me your spread. What would you troll behind it?
And then two predominant spreads that we'll use, and again we end up by the Rapalas. Most of all the sort of X-Rap 30s. Color preferences now, the guys go there again, as we discussed earlier. Color is always very difficult. Guys have their preferential choices, but you can never go wrong in our water with something that's a natural, like a blue pilchard or a blue mackerel. And then if the water conditions are a little bit more dirty, something, as we know, the older baits called a carrot, which is your hot orange. So that's, I don't think, overcomplicated. Keep 3 or 4 colors, something for the dark water, something for overcast, and then from a point of view of your vinyl baits, for the guys that want to have a little bit of fun, that's a small bird. It's just a modified version of a teaser, and then that we'll attach to a variety of different lures, pulsators, anything that's sort of got a squid type look-alike, through to your plastic squids, and that sort of, you can attach that behind your bird to give it a little bit of action in the water, or you can just pull them alone 10-15 meters behind the boat. Some guys will cut a strip of chocker, they'll put a strip of chocker onto the back of the hook, make it a little bit more enticing for the fish that are not really foraging too freely for the day. But that's basically it in a nutshell. There are some guys that actually troll plugs, and then of course the good old favorite, nothing wrong with just trolling a silver spoon. Put your rod in an upright position on your trolling bar, 30-40 meters behind the vessel, and just in 5 knots, 6 knots, that sort of speed.
Okay, well, Keith, so in other words, pretty much game fishing as we know it, it's the kind of outfit, and you can really play around. That's what's so nice about deep sea fishing and using lures and trolling and stuff, is playing around with colors, lures, actions.
Correct.
And you said 5-6 knots?
5-6 knots is the sort of preferred, but of course the weather will determine, wind conditions will determine that also.
Yes, and then Robben Island, anything else you need to know about the area and prepare for?
Just remember, from in the past, it used to have a a 1 mile sort of no fishing zone. They've sort of been a lot more lenient on the fishermen now, but up until 2 years ago now, they've created an MPA on the west side of the island. So for the guys that are first timers, I do suggest they can either come into the store, we can give them the coordinates for the marine protected area, and they can put that onto their GPS and then know that if they're in the area, they need to be out of the area because it's not worth the prosecution of getting caught. So that's one thing that the newbies, as we call them, must be aware of. Otherwise, the east side of the island into the northwest, within the perimeters of the reserve, is very fishable.
Yes. Now guys, that's why it's important to get local knowledge when you're in the area. When you're in Cape Town, visit Jacita. If he's here the day, then he'll load you with advice and tips and tricks to get the results. But having knowledge like that about MPAs plays an essential role in fishing. And also you can come here, the guys can put you onto some outfitters or guides and stuff for the day if it's not something you already got access to, but they'll definitely give you the right advice and the right equipment to use to actually get the results, and that's what it's about.
And we're keen on helping the guys taking them. We've got quite a lot of the inshore charter operators, but from a point of view of ourselves, we're very blessed to have at our disposal 3 very nice boats. So if the guys, and we are available, we'll gladly take the guys out on the water anytime. Just a phone call away. Better than working.
Yeah, of course. Keith, thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure visiting here. Now that we've been here for the first time, we'll be a regular. Really a lovely store,
Well,
and
thanks.
good setup you guys have got here.
Thanks for the opportunities, and yeah, let's hope from here we can grow.
Thanks.
I'll say.